The sun is shining high in the sky. I don't really remember what I was dreaming about, but anyhow, it's all gone now. Even if I don't recall anything, then it still feels good to simply feel free of everything that normally doesn't even give you any space to breathe. I know I've only lived a mere 21 years, but if there's something I've learned, then life isn't for the faint of heart. If you don't keep your wits about you and make foolish decisions, then life is going to chew you up and spit you out like a merry-go-round without anything to keep you in one place. But that's not the point right now. And although I might bitch about a lot of things, then the truth is that it could be much worse. I guess the real world needs to be dealt with, and the best place to start is the bathroom. I don't know if the manager in this god-forsaken dorm has died a long time ago, or is it just the ignorance of everybody, but the water I get here is about as healthy as Chernobyl's mineral water. I've heard those guys sell the best irradiated groceries on the planet. The glass from where I always take a sip of cold water reminds me exactly how clean the water is, because you can hardly see the light shine through it anymore. So now the most basic needs are taken care of. I won't be dying of starvation or dehydration anytime soon. But unfortunately, things are not as simple as getting a full stomach and living a happy life. Things would be way too easy like that. So I run around town, taking care of all sorts of pointless crap. A class here, an exam there, and no time to stop and even see if there's still a sun in the sky anymore. Have you ever thought about all the things you miss out when you're caught up in all the irrelevant stuff? I know I have. I work, and in the end, it gives me nothing. Unless you're one of those materialistic bastards. In that case, I'll give up on you right now. But that's the way life goes. You work, you get a little just to sustain yourself, and in the end, when you're on your deathbed, then just maybe you'll actually see the sunset without any distractions. The next thing I know, I'm beat, and I'm on the doorstep of the place I should call my home. I've never thought much about what exactly is a home, but if there's one thing I know, then this doesn't even come close. Sometimes I wish I could find the man who designed this place and ask him if he's colorblind, because for a place where a student has to spend perhaps 3 years of his life, this place very quickly starts to seem like a goddamn prison cell with just a few additions like a fridge and a range. A couple of sandwiches later, I get a call. Some people want to organize a little night out. I've never been much of a hangout buddy, but I still take these opportunities when they arise. I'll try not to get too drunk, but you never know. Maybe I'll still decide to have some fun, even if it's just temporary. I bet there are about 100 guys who wake up just like me today, wondering what the hell they were thinking when they took beer as their best friend. I should probably get up, but in a situation like this, it might be better just to lay here and think about what an idiot I am. Well, happiness comes with a price, and in this case, it's a headache that can knock out a moose for all I know. But the more I think about it, then the clearer it gets. It was worth it. Nothing would make me happier than to just stay under the sheets for the rest of the day. But I have to get my hungover ass to class, and I know what you're thinking. Just skip it. Well, I would. I really would. But the professor of this lecture is the kind who just loves to screw up your grades if you don't attend. Every time I go to that lecture, then I have to put huge effort into not falling asleep. I've thought about it actually. Since I'm not exactly a genius, then I have to pay up every single cent to get the papers, and in my future work, use maybe 10% of everything I learn here. And even though I know that a lot is depending on this, and I should appreciate it all, then sometimes I just can't help being bored. And I gotta hand it to the professors here. They can even make the most simple and interesting subjects into huge, over-detailed, and incomprehensible babbling. Maybe the people who are supposed to make us smart are just too damn brilliant for their own good. The dreams still don't seem to stay in my memory. It seems like every time I wake up, then I have a mild case of amnesia. But who knows? Maybe it's for my own good. This time, it wasn't the alarm that woke me. It was the cell phone that just wouldn't stop ringing. I wasn't really eager to get out of bed just to answer a call. Usually it would have been my parents, friends, or maybe just a wrong number. I let it ring the first time, but when it started again, then I finally got up and answered. I didn't recognize the voice nor the number. I soon found out that it was the mother of my old friend. I felt bad for letting the phone just ring the first time, but soon I felt like the biggest prick in the world, because it wasn't just a simple catch-up call. It was an invitation to my friend's funeral. Just a couple of days ago, he'd got in a car accident. I didn't know what the details were, and I didn't really want to, but the fact remained that he was no longer amongst us. It seemed as if everything was out of place. I went to class, handled a couple of assignments, and then got back home. I just felt numb about everything. For the past years, I hadn't even given him a call. I was either too caught up in my work or just wasted my time away. I just wish I could go back in time, just to say hi, or anything really. But I guess the world doesn't stop for anyone. And what have I been doing that keep me too busy? I've been slaving behind the desk and getting a bit of happiness by getting drunk with all my friends. I just feel so low right now. Does it really take so little to feel good about myself? Actually, when I think about it now, then it isn't getting drunk that matters. It's being with other people that brings a bit of joy into your life. And yet I was too selfish to simply get on the bus, go across country to my own hometown, and remember some good old times. The one flaw I bear is regretting the past, because there are just some things that I would give my life to change. I doubt there's a single person who's living a perfect life. Everyone has some skeletons in their closet. And now I again find myself surrounded by these same senseless gray walls. It feels like the walls are closing up on me. I try to walk around a bit, shake off this cold feeling weighing on my shoulders. But there doesn't seem to be a way to run away from this. I guess I'll try going back to one of my basic needs and see if there's anything to eat. I have to find something, anything to keep my mind busy with something else. Alright, let's try out some cooking skills. What am I going to make now? Salad. Yes, that's always an option. I'll make the best one I've ever made. Now where the heck is that knife? Great. I guess perfection doesn't come without the price of blood. You can't even cut a goddamn tomato without almost slicing your finger off. I should probably bandage this up. But then again, I'm not going to bleed dry from my thumb. It doesn't take a lot to get anyone bleeding. Just one wrong move, and you might just find yourself in another world, or with some nasty scars. Never making any promises, never committing myself to anything. But I see now that life has to be lived as well, because otherwise you're going to end up with the biggest regret ever. One way or the other, I should start changing things, so the next time someone is going to get in a car accident, I'll be there to push them out of the way.